Oh, what a perfect day to drive the Jeep. Rainy, rainy days, go away. Check out my awesome horn. Yeah, that happened the other day. My horn just stuck, and every time I was driving, it was like beep, 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 beep. So I basically just pulled the cord off the horn inside the engine, and I have no horn now. So there's 3 steps to starting this Jeep. 1, insert key. 2, ignition. 2, turn on kill switch. 3, start Jeep. It's less an inconvenience and more of just an anti-theft thing. Somebody's gonna come in here and be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Well, first of all, I don't even know why anybody would want to steal this piece of shit anyway, so. So those of you that have been with me since I purchased this Jeep back in late fall of last year, I think it was like September when I got the Jeep. It was pretty much supposed to be just kind of like a winter beater slash project vehicle. Now, a lot of you guys have been misunderstanding what this vehicle has been for. This vehicle was not my primary project money pit vehicle, because I mean that's what it really is a money pit. But my Camaro has always and will always be the main vehicle on this channel, hence the name Guitarmageddon ZL1. I bought this Jeep to pretty much kind of gain a different audience, and have a more variation of people that will watch the channel. And I was always interested in, like off-roading vehicles and stuff. So I didn't really want a truck. I was never really a truck guy. I never really had any use for a truck. So I decided to look at Jeeps. And I found this Jeep really, really cheap. It sounded like a rap song. Found this Jeep really, really cheap. Anyways, found it for cheap, and I was like, you know what? $2,000. That's what I paid for this Jeep. $2,000. And I was like, I can't really beat that. If the Jeep runs, it's $2,000 and it runs. I mean, that's pretty good. Why is it $2,000? Well, I knew a lot of the problems going into it and buying it, which I have fixed. To be honest with you guys, I have fixed a lot on this Jeep. The very first, one of the big fixes was the frame rust. It was completely rusted out, and Westy, you guys know who he is from watching my last video. If you haven't checked it out, he installed the entire 10-point roll cage and fabricated it, and it's completely custom. So check it out if you have not. So what I did was I bought a frame from, actually just the back half of a frame from a junkyard, and then Westy welded it to the back and fixed it completely fine. The frame is good now. Cool. One thing fixed. I also got a new top. Obviously the rag top that was on this before was shitty, so I got a new top, brand new. And it was the stock, an OEM top. It wasn't from Jeep, but it was from, I think Smitty Build is the company. So, fixed that. I upgraded to hard doors. There were soft doors in this Jeep. Didn't really like them. I wanted the hard doors. Got the hard doors. Replaced the radiator. The radiator had a crack and it was leaking. Replaced that. Replaced the starter. That went bad. Replaced the distributor. You guys remember seeing that. Obviously there's a huge, the wiring in this vehicle is just horrendous. And no, I have not gotten a chance to fix that. And you have to understand here, I have 3 vehicles. I've got a job, I've got a house, I've got all this stuff that really take priority over this Jeep. And I hate to say it, but that's the truth of it, you know? My Camaro has been, I haven't drove my Camaro since December 25th. Like literally actually drove it and had, just to drive it. Last time I drove it was to Westy's shop, onto a trailer bed to Motorama, and off a trailer bed back into Westy's shop. And it's been there ever since. It takes time to do this kind of stuff. Now, granted, it probably could have gotten done quicker, but we had run into a problem with, we ran into a bunch of different issues. So, I mean, nothing out of the ordinary, stuff like that happens. But it's not a perfect world, unfortunately. So basically it all boils down to, I just haven't had the time to really do all this stuff. And with it being winter out, there were days where it was like 20 degrees out. I'm not gonna go outside and fix my Jeep when it's 20 degrees when I just worked in the same exact weather for 8 hours. Like, I don't want to do that. It just doesn't sound fun to me. There were a few nice days that I tried to take advantage of, obviously, and do some work to the Jeep. I know I was, originally I was talking about all the different themes of the Jeep and what I wanted to do to the Jeep, to this and that, to make it look cooler and maybe, make it more of an off-roading vehicle than it is. But all that stuff got in my way, all the mechanical issues got in my way. With me, obviously, still learning about just the Jeep in general, it took a lot longer. So it's not like I had Jeeps all my life and I bought this one and I knew it instantly how to fix it. It didn't work that way. I thought I'd take you guys off that. I have a little suction cup, like a GoPro suction cup, and this Jeep, once you get above like 60 or 65, it has a very, very small, but aggressive shake to it. Like, it's a very small vibration. Like, you can't really feel it, but for some reason, I don't know, windshield vibrates like fucking crazy. So that's why it was probably shaky there. That's another reason I'm using my little lapel mic there, because it's so ridiculously loud in this vehicle. It almost might be louder than my Camaro, honestly. That lapel mic there helps keep down the exterior noise a little bit better. Like I said, this Jeep, it wasn't originally meant for me to just, forget the Camaro and I'm gonna work on the Jeep entirely and build it to be this fucking off-road beast, because that takes a lot of money. And as you guys know, it takes a lot of money to build a Camaro or any type of car into some sort of a drag car, track car, whatever. It ain't cheap. So doing both of those at once, one, I just can't do it with money-wise, and two, I can't do it time-wise either. If I didn't have a job, maybe, and I had a bunch of money, I probably would be able to do it. But no, I got a job, and I own my own house and everything like that. So, I am buying a brand new 2017 Camaro ZL1 very shortly. So, I'm also saving my money. I'm getting into the state where all right, this amount of money per month is going to go to this Camaro. So that's less money I have per month to spend on things like this Jeep, stuff like that. So it's another reason why I haven't really wasted all my money and put it all into this Jeep and stuff like that. So unfortunately, the Jeep project has been taking a lot longer than I thought, and it's just how it is. So as far as what the future is going to bring for the Jeep, I mean, I don't really want to sell it. As much as I kept saying, I'm going to sell it, I'm going to blow it up. Even though, here's the thing, if I blow this Jeep up, there's a risk factor. Here's the risk factor. If the video actually goes viral, the way YouTube has been, fuck, I can barely get any of my regular videos to get anywhere near my subscriber views. I don't know why. If you guys turn on your post notifications, you can actually there's a bell below this video, and if you turn that on, you'll get a notification every time I upload a video so you can watch it, so you won't miss one. But either way, a viral video is so random. You never know. It's impossible to be yeah, I'm gonna make a viral video today and it's gonna go viral. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It just does or it doesn't. You can put all this work into a video and it only gets seen by 20-some thousand people. But that's the reason I haven't really been yeah, I'm gonna blow it up. Because if I blow it up and it doesn't get any views, I fucking lost out on the money that I spent on this Jeep and the work that I put in, and even Andy, the work that he put in. It's just well, that was pointless. And then just for everybody to get pissed off, all the Jeep owners get pissed off at me because I blew up a Jeep. I'm pretty much going to keep it for now, and even though it might be put on the back burner for a little bit, as you guys know, I'm currently, building my Camaro and working on that. So yes, the money that I make is going to go into that before it goes into this Jeep. I hate to say it, but that's how it's going to be. I'm going to try my best to kind of to keep it a little fair, and like, yeah, I'll spend some money on the Jeep, but that Camaro is the main car of this channel, like I said before. So that's how it's gonna be. This Jeep is just a side project. So what all really needs fixed on this thing still until I can be like, okay, it's a running solid Jeep without any major issues. Obviously I just fixed a very big oil leak. There's still a little bit of a leak, I think, unless it's just the fact that it's still kind of like running off the Jeep, like it's not, you know what I'm saying? So that could be an issue. That could be honestly what it is. But I desperately need a new carburetor, like desperately. And I've talked to people and they're like, you know, swap it over to fuel inject, just make it fuel injected. And it's like, those are like huge projects that like I just don't have time for. I'd rather do like a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, and fix it to what it's supposed to be, you know? I don't need to do any major changes to this thing, at least just yet. You know, maybe a year down the road when I'm pretty much happy or at least in between stages of like my vehicles, maybe I'll have time to do something with this Jeep, like do a big project. But until then, I'm just gonna fix the stuff that needs done like now. So carburetor, I just need a new carburetor. It's just absolutely terrible. So that needs done. I still don't have 4-wheel drive. I mean, I have 4-wheel drive, but it don't work because I need to put in a locker to lock in my front wheels. Like that's how these Jeeps work. Yeah, there's a cable that I'll get, and I'll actually pull a cable out, and it will lock the 4-wheel drive. I'm sure you Jeep owners know what I'm talking about, but I still have yet to install that, so that needs done, so I can actually maybe take it off-roading sometime, or at least have 4-wheel drive. And yes, I am going to get rid of the zombie theme. Some of you guys like it a lot of you guys hate it, a lot of you guys think it looks cheesy, but, you know, I just haven't gotten a chance to getting rid of it because, like I said, I haven't had time to do it, you know? And it's funny because, like, when I drive it around, people are always, like, looking at it and taking pictures of it. So, I mean, because it's, you know, it's, like, fun to look at. Like, how often do you see a Jeep like this, like, driving around? So, I mean, I have kept it on just because of that reason. But I don't always want it on. Like, I want something that looks, I want like a real badass theme on this Jeep. Because honestly, like, I love the looks of it. I love the look that it looks older. I love that older look, and I think it could look really cool. Or I can just say fuck it, take the chance, and blow the Jeep up. Because life's all about taking chances.